What's up guys, EUW guy, Kane you're on, ShadowHitman is here. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out any League of Legends content. Thank you.
So I agree with you. I think Jace is a good choice.
Yeah, you can engage with the Diana, put a box on top of it with Peter there, and then Jace hits a shock blast, and then Victor just walks in to clean it up.
Never even thought
They were trying to figure out cutscenes, much less the skipping.
That's true.
Well, it looks like actually Nongshim are going to get away with this Drake for free because it's very difficult to contest here with the back timing for Gumi UC, and this means that they get that brush there. It would have been really difficult for Gumi to come over and help him out, especially because they didn't know where his red is. They will now.
Yeah, flash play comes in, great devour, but the hook was right there from Peter. Exhaust comes down, now the Moonfall lands just onto Gumayushi. Carrier has done all the tanking that he can, and Guma finally goes down. Ghost gets excited, but the play comes back. The Heartseeker will be enough to do it though, as BDD makes his way in. Ona's being a jinx though, and he's pretty scary while he's doing it. Chaos Storm comes down. Peter not going to be able to find the hook this time around. Himself out. Doesn't have flash available, but damn, that would have given me a heart attack, I tell you that much. As Carrier's going to try and get out, but yeah, that Abyssal Voyage was not going to be enough, as Faker will take the mid turret.
Faker's going to take a whole mid turret for free here. I think that...
Yeah, possible 50-50 here, but Peter puts himself in position. And it will be the Cloud Soul.
All the extra farm that comes with it. This is a really great way to get an otherwise not empowered Jace a bunch of extra gold that he needs so desperately. And there's enough time here to actually rotate over potentially here for the defense. It's not going to be able to stop this first turret from going down, but I don't think they'll be able to get an extra charge onto the inner.
You'd hope not, because that would be pretty disastrous. You can see
Test here, Faker is going to have an opportunity to take out that inner turret top side. Like, this is a big macro win here for T1. And Faker will just...
We are just trading turrets all over the place. Ghost and Canna are both trying to get this one done around this map. As you can see, Chompers go down, Carrier gets slowed. You're going to have to walk away from this one. Teleport from the Baron pit comes on in, as that is a great Lantern and an even better hook as well. As Zeus just gets told to get the heck out of there, needs to disengage now as Dread flashes, goes golden as well, but not able to get the kills, and the Heartbreaker comes back. It's heartbreaking for Nongshim as well, as now they're turning the fight around. Ona dives right in, but I don't know whether that was a little bit too excited, as the Aphelios is also going to go down, and Nongshim will reign supreme in the end.
The way this team coordinates together, I mean, after what was a very messy first series for us tonight, I'm like,
that might have an impact, but it still looks really good as another hook this time onto Gumayushi, as Carrier just evaporates. The same can be said for Gumayushi as well, and Nongshim. Oh man, that was the pick of destiny, and just write it down. Give Peter the pog right now.
Well, Nongshim have to win the game first before we can go all the way.
Maybe you can just get two of the sheets and just put an NS on top of one of them and a T1 on top of the other one.
Well, Peter, he's hit this hook several games now. This is his third game of Thresh this season. He loves that location. He's found so many opportunities to pick the enemy AD carry there. They make it the set play again.
Yep.
Now Faker is just slowly trying to get into range, but he's getting poked out by the Jace.
Yeah, another shock blast is going to connect there on the T1's mid laner. They should be able to lock this one. Oh, and it steals it away! Oh, he will pay for it with his life, but he'll take that trade any day of the week. And Nongshim did all the work. There's even more poke coming out of Faker now, as they're all on the run.
From a Baron buff, or Baron fight, rather.
Ow. Shock Blast connects onto Gumayushi this time around, but it won't be enough to get T1 away from this turret. And the Baron that
grab this turret, but you're giving BDD a lot of free time to side lane on the other side of the map. Now, he won't be able to put on any permanent damage either, because he'll get collapsed on
this particular Victor with his Lich Bane.
There's some good poke.
Oh my god. Well, Dread gonna have to throw down the Moonlight Vigil, gets taken down extraordinarily low and then immediately punished. The hook is gonna connect onto Carrier. Chaos Storm's there as well, but it's not going to kill him. Gumayushi over the wall, that is a stopwatch. It's gonna get
better team play around blowing up the Diana early. And this tank build for the Gragas for Zeus works out so extremely well in this game.
Yeah, disengage from this Tom Kench, really playing very, very well here for T1.
That cast was amazing too.
And we get the Cloud Soul. The answer's no. BDD, in fact, is the one that locks that one down. Canna off to the side. Super Mega Death Rocket will sail around Runeterra.
On this Baron after getting the objective free. This is it, Dread. Are we going to see the big ult? Or are you just going to slowly lose the game? That's the real question.
There's no control ward here on this Baron either. As you can see, Nongshim, they know exactly what's happening, but Dread has to get into position if they want this. The third Baron comes down, and Nongshim do nothing about it.
Yeah, they did.
Faker will get up here. Does have 2 siege minions as well as B2D turns up. Needs to be respected, of course, but Faker gets into range. And, yeah, they do defend the inhibitor, but not the inhibitor turret, and the rest of T1 are now here in position. That was a whoopsie
The
from Nongshim.
The movement speed is really helping Faker get out of here. They can't
True.
catch up.
Cloud Soul, am I right?
They can't catch up with him, and he gets away with it for free. They don't have lockdown with the 2 champs they sent. There's no CC to lock down a Corki, so he gets away with it free. Now they keep the inhibitor, but I guess who's on it now? It's Owner.
Yeah, Owner just poking his head in, and you can see Nongshim, I mean, they want a team fight, but T1 are just spreading them around there.
I've got bad news, Nongshim. It's not going to happen. They're not just going to walk in and give you a free fight.
Yeah, Dread is taken down to almost nothing just from a couple of rockets. B2D the same fate. Faker just doing way too much. As Ghost could get taken down here. Moonlight Vigil comes on in. Does have a redemption to keep him alive, but that is not going to work on this turret. Zeus just providing frontline, and T1 suffocating Nongshim out of this game.
5 seconds on the Baron. It's almost enough to get that third.
Some health back. As Redemption comes on in, Canna not going to get the heal from it, unfortunately. His barrel even hurts as, yeah, the Elder's getting taken, and Nongshim, you have to do something. You got to try and do anything. Faker's got a package to deliver, and he might just deliver it to your Nexus, and you're not even going to be there. You're not going to be home.
Yeah, I mean,
are we base racing? What's happening here? You don't have any structures.
This is a bad look for Nongshim. I hate to say it. You don't win this race.
Well, I mean, they're still going to go for it, I guess, but I don't think it's going to work. They're going to try as, yeah, Zeus comes in and says, absolutely not. And T1, they don't even need to win a team fight. They're in.
But it'll be the Lulu instead.
All right, that 1 second doesn't scare Carrier.
You jinxed it, and now we get that strong jinx.
Dread wrapping around here. Owner is going to be discovered. There's the Destiny as B2D does find the gold card onto Carrier. No flash, remember, as there's the flash in. Dread is going to pick up the kill, but they trade back immediately. Level 5 only, still for the Lee Sin. Gumayusi gets underneath the turret. It's a 1-for-1 in the end. First Blood went over to T1, and I think they're trading up once more.
Yeah, especially because
too much more as Dread doesn't find himself this one, but Zeus going to face check. And there's the Destiny. This is what we want. Some proactive play from Nongshim. There's the kick. Perfect execution comes through as well, and that gets Canna out of range as Super Mega Death Rocket will do a little bit of work there.
A little bit too thin. I think they've missed out.
Well,
they're going for it.
It's going to get in there, and he just heads on forward, and he steals it away. There's the ult to come through from Peter as well as Owner, just barely out of the way of the final chapter. The curtain call, I believe, a lot of respect. Teleporter going to be utilized here as Canna makes his way over. And there is the Destiny now, as it is going to be secured by Dread, and now Canna getting into the backline. This is a lot of damage. Final chapter doing a lot of work as Faker is taken down immediately. The gravity field did a fair bit of work, but Carrier is left on his own. B2D tries to flash his way out as Zeus down to half health, now diving back in. The needlework doesn't quite work though, as that is a double kill for Canna. Dread looking for Owner as well, and he should get it as Gumayusi just getting ignored, and the rest of his team is torn apart. Canna wanting a little bit more. Wanted to pick up that kill onto his ex-teammate as he finds the 5-point strike, and I don't think you're safe underneath this turret, Gumayusi, and he's absolutely not. The tanker Kali gets the work done and surely will take down the outer turret.
And this is Nongshim sitting on that comfortable, massive tempo lead that they've been...
Celebrates with a whole bunch of tabbing. I love it. As Dread gonna have to get out of here. T1 putting on some pressure. Dread going to land the Q, but it's picked up by Owner, so he has nowhere to go now. Canna turns up now as well. Ults right in and gets right out again. That was so clean.
I mean, look at his items. Excuse me, it was 3 before that.
Yep, as Canna's going to find Zeus here, or has Zeus found Canna is the question, as they're fighting over the Wolves. The rest of T1 are going to turn up faster, though, as the Cataclysm comes on through. Canna's going to get taken down as Ghost. Not enough damage right now, as B2D will trade it for this turret on the bottom side of the map. Canna finally punished, and that is a lot of shutdown gold going to T1.
Looks like they're going to try to push as BDD onto that inner turret here, so it might be a trade of inners at the end of the day here, but T1 guarantee theirs, and they have enough time to back off. The problem here for T1 is you're actually giving Dread the opportunity to solo Hextech point here, which is, I think, what should be the bigger issue than this mid turret, but they just give it up.
Yeah, the Destiny does come through as Ghost now wanting to lock down Owner. Faker is going to get tagged but not stunned, and that is going to be Soul Point, like you were talking about. T1 probably knowing
they're trying to actually come back, but very slow. And then BDD just says, all right, well, I'm going to go to a side lane instead. You zoom forward into this to do your damage, and that's what she wants.
yes.
So the macro play that they gained from this, though, is pretty massive. This T1 are just sticking to the mid lane. And uh-oh, Faker.
Faker in trouble. There's the gold card. Everfrost there as well, and that is all too easy. This is how you play the Twisted Fate. Zeus is teleported in. It's another gold card, and it's free for BDD. T1 are looking to try and trade this with the inner turret in the mid lane, but it's going to be a race, and I dare say Nongshim are going to win.
Yeah, 2 versus 5 here is the race. Although Owner is here, it can help buy some time. This is definitely going to be a bigger win for Nongshim. And that teleport from Zeus, he comes through without full health. The call must have been, okay, we can turn this, but they absolutely could not. And as a result, that's an extra kill being fed over here. Look at the Lee Sin's kill score now, 5-0 and 2 this game. Dread is 7 of the 10 kills. They get an inhibitor.
Getting some autos onto this Baron as Dread in the area, does have a cat with him as Prowling Projectile spots that there's no one waiting in the brush. Destiny is available. They haven't pulled the trigger just yet as Dread gets in, kicks out the jungler, but Owner gets back in. He flashes, picks up the Baron. No one takes the Baron from this man as Dread is trying to escape, has a big old shield, and now Canna has finally got here. The jungler battle is going to be won by the man with the more friends, and now Canna is trying to delete all of these Barons. Carrier not going to be so lucky. 2 of them looking to try and escape, but the curtains have been called. Dread gets forward. Zeus dives over, and he is immune. Thankfully manages to get the circle, but he's running in the wrong direction.
Permanent inhibitor damage, but they've gained full control over the map.
BDD, gold card at the ready. Good vision over that wall, as you can see from Nongshim, but still able to do some real damage to this inhibitor turret. Canna gets into his shroud, and that is the deadly flourish, but not going to go in onto Zeus.
They are just pushing it hard right now, and with the slows coming through, it's so difficult for T1 to defend.
Yeah.
And now they're splitting it up.
The Hextech Soul really working out here, and they've got double rapid fire cannon. They can activate it so easily with this composition. That's why we were talking about it, right? Like, feels like the Soul was kind of built for Nongshim's giveaway Soul, win Elder fight, win game. Certainly has been done in the past, but not with a completely destroyed base. Gumushi almost dead here as Dread trying to get into that backline. The curtains have been called, and T1, they have to respect it. The final chapter comes down as well. This Yuumi keeping them all in position while their inhibitor is taken once again. Super Mega Death Rocket to do some damage onto Canna, but he's not too worried about it as now Ghost has been engaged on.
All the way here.
Yeah.
They're going to use the Hextech Gate.
Yeah, Teleporter is going to come down as T1 know that they want to turn this one. Dread tries to get into the backline. There's the final chapter, and it's a great gold card that lands. The Jinx already taken down as now Faker's in trouble as well. Chaos Storm trying to get that zoning in, but Canna finally turns up, and the Victor cannot do anything. The backflips are coming through. All of the 5-point strikes, and you can tell this is so cathartic for the former T1 player as Nongshim are now flashing in the jungle, and they will pick up the win in Game 2.
Incredible execution of this comp. It feels like we've talked a lot about how tempo-based comps need to get ahead. They need to get those advantages, but it so very rarely happens in this scaling meta, especially in a slow region like the LCK. But Nongshim are the first team to pull it off with flying colors, make that first pick Twisted Fate work swimmingly here.
Oh yeah.
And it was off of 2 Hextech Gate teleports. They won those major fights. So well played. The gold card in the backline, the follow-up. Well, he really is Spider-Man.
That is 2 autos away from dead. Oh, that's the rocket grab we were looking for. Stands on the lantern as well as Gumushi tries to walk back to it, and that is first blood to Ghost. Peter, write it down, Wolf. Write it down.
Just your friendly neighborhood, Peter. Just gonna get a little early game grab. 3 minutes and 20 in. First blood going over to an Aphelios into this lane of Jinx Thresh. Easy peasy, very nice lead. Also, unseen Poppy on the top side of the map.
And Carrier is doing that classic solo queue thing as he's lost someone on the bottom side of the map. He's gonna roam mid and they pick up the kill. It's beautifully done. Faker grabs that one for himself. Dread was on the top side of the map and Zeus is able.
Gold on your carry in the mid lane.
Yep, as there's some acceleration gate action happening here as Dread picks up his buckler, and Zeus gonna have to flash, and now he's just trying to stay away from that wall. Canna can't fight back if the turret is going to hit him, and it is going to go down. Dread gonna flash as well. It's a bit messy, and they go 1 for 1.
Then he gets 2 plates too. As Aphelios who has Crescendum as Dread. Okay, he's got Smite.
He's fine. Gonna be able to grab the Hextech Drake. It's gonna be, you can see, does Ghost. Able to just sever him Q.
Already used the hook.
The hook is not going to connect as Peter. That's not it. That's not it, buddy. As there's the flame. Moonlight Vigil comes down. Ghost flashes. What is this? That was sick. He's able to pick up the kill on the Thresh, but now, Dread, can you survive as Gumayusi's just free hitting? The wind becomes lightning. He's still looking for even more as Dread has to flash to get over the wall. B2D absolutely no mana, and Faker flashes on top of the Poppy. He should be able to grab this. Couple more autos. If he wants to get it, and he does, just sets up one of the Sand Soldiers and he'll be all right, as now B2D has to deal with this minion wave and Faker and Ona closing in. Peter has respawned though, as there's the stun. He wants to get underneath the turret as he misses that hook.
Drop that, Shurima shuffle. And it looks like this is going to be, with that exchange on the bottom side, T1 starting up the streak. Peter is looking for a potential hook here.
Yeah, and Ghost is just going to get closed in on that play. Was so sick from Carrier. Special delivery. Here's a samurai right on top of your face.
It's both disengaging from Peter on the Drake and also assassinating the enemy Aphelios all in one lantern.
Yep.
As Carrier is just going to try to zone Peter out further.
Well, there's the hook. And Flame Chompers go down, but Carrier gets a nice double flay. I don't know whether it's going to be enough. Oh, I think perhaps it is. As gives him the old thumbs up, as this is some supportal combat. You can very similar to Lee Sin, right? You'll always have that bit of relevance. Zeus is going to find Peter, and Peter's like, oh dear, as the rocket grab is going to connect. There's the Moonlight Vigil, as Ghost just wants to try and kill him before he kills Peter, and he does so. Ghost saves his support and grabs the kill.
The heal was really well timed, and I think Peter's barrier, the Blitzcrank passive, just barely buys enough time for the heal to go off there, and he survives, and they turn it into a pick. Ghost
and
gets the whole turret.
Yeah.
And the one Nongshim fan who was able to get it to make a choice.
Oh, Peter is hiding right now as he flashes on forward. And there is Shirley. Peter almost just straight up dies. Superman Death Rocket, not quite enough, but yeah, Peter isn't hooking anyone. And Shirley is going to deal with this outer turret very nicely. T1 not afraid whatsoever, as Ona is going to get thrown away. It is going to be Nongshim picking up this Drake, but that is double charge, maybe triple.
He's going for the inhibitor charge. There's no one here to stop it. And that might actually even lead to an inhibitor take.
Yeah, I mean, that's an inhibitor turret to go down. Yeah, they don't want it. Is scary.
BDD on the side here. Faker's looking for a flank.
Yeah, as Ona, can he actually win another smite is the question, and absolutely he can. Dread has just not been there.
You just can't walk in if you don't know where he is.
Yep. Faker now. Trying to defend this turret, but he's not going to be able to do so.
In the pit.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get ready to turn here, Nongshim. This is probably game deciding.
Crescendum, as there's the rocket grab. Carrier's going to get hooked, knocked up, not dead just yet. Oh, but BDD does manage to finish it off. Now Faker looks for him. There's the Emperor's Divide, and they trade back mid for support. You'll take that as T1. Nongshim back away immediately.
Fight for it. If they had just let Carrier sit at 10% health and backed off, might have had a better chance.
As here we go. Ghost aggressive once again. A great hook to come through from Peter as they finish it off. Gumayusi stays alive, but Carrier straight out of the death chamber, straight back in again.
We are seeing a metamorphosis of so many Aphelios players in our league right now, where the aggression is suddenly the way to play the Aphelios.
But like, this is Ghost, man.
I know. That's the thing. Like, of all the players, this is the most surprising.
This is blowing my mind. He's just playing so well. This whole series has been really, really good as, yep, Tanania goes the rocket. And now Nongshim with a man advantage in this Baron pit. Ona, he does have free reign of getting into this pit, as that shot blast was just massive. Ona thinks that it's his time to go, but the ultimate from Dread this time, he'll be able to lock it down as Zeus gets on in there. That is going to be Faker finding Ghost. Exactly the target that he needed to get, as Nongshim desperately trying to get out with their Barons intact and that scat of the week.
That gold that T1 gets is significant, but it's not game ending because they're already really all online, all of the carries here for T1. Yeah. And the fact that Nongshim, he's got long range, he heals back up immediately off of the scuttle after taking that.
Oh, hook does connect. That is right on the edge. The chompers go down, and good night, Poppy. Dread is dead, and now 2 minutes on the Drake. and 50 seconds left on this Baron that
Open
Nongshim
inhibitor.
just cannot use. Exactly.
They're looking for it here. T1 put that Scryer's Bloom there, or rather the blue trinket there to make sure nobody's flanking. Guarantee the inhibitor and just walk out. And that
T raining down vision control everywhere for T1. Mid control is now being picked up by Nongshim. As, okay, Caliburn doing a bit of work there onto Faker. Ghost is a huge target, and Ona is off on the side. The flank angle is fantastic. Dread tanks up the rocket. They're trying to avoid this poke damage, and Jinx, just regular auto attacks. A poke is now Ghost is going to try to get pushed back to the rest of the team. The heroic charge comes down as Peter just straight up dies, and now Ona dives on top of the Aphelios. There is nothing he can do, and T1 have taken over. BDD off on the back end of this fight as Scatter the Weak will connect. That grabs themselves the Guardian Angel, and now Faker dives into the backline, but will be taken down by a perfectly timed Dark Spear, and now a teleport to get BDD to safety. Carrier spots him, but he will get back towards this base as Gumayusi was pushing. Dread now in no man's land once again.
already used his ult.
Yeah, I don't think we're Hex flashing out of this one either, and Zayas is going to be able to pick up that kill, and it looks like it will just be Mountain Soul that T1 collect for themselves. A 5,000 gold lead now.
Mountain Soul here, I mean, he's so powerful into Nongshim's comp too. You know,
Back of the pit, Dread doesn't find the ulti, and now T1 are going to continue hitting this big purple worm. Dread, yeah, wants to try and get in there. Avoids the hook at least as the rocket grab also goes wide. It's a lot of damage with that Moonlight Vigil, but T1 still stay standing and they lock down the Baron. They held their ground this time and they were rewarded for it.
Yeah, Nongshim are not going to be able to base race this one. They might be able to split Baron recalls though if T1 play this poorly.
Oh, Ghost, speaking of playing it poorly, unfortunately out of position. The Gale Force comes down and it's Peter that pays the price. Crescent Guard is on for Ona, so he is very, very able to just run.
Peter only looking for the best possible target or waiting until it's too late. And it's just too little too late is the story of this game now, is T1 are pushing the end.
Exactly right. Canna is pushing on the top side of the map, but look at how quickly these structures evaporate. Gumayusi gets any sort of free time. He will just rip them apart, and Faker is doing so much damage on this Azir. It is just ridiculous. Yep, T1 take 2 inhibitors, but they are looking for these Nexus turrets. Moonlight Vigil does go down. Manages to find a couple of snares there as Peter looking to try and get himself out. He won't be able to though because Zayas has dived on top. And that is the Jinx now picking up these kills. Faker goes golden on the fountain, and Canna will be taken down as well. Gumayusi cleans up his former teammate, and T1 will get the 2-1 victory.
2 dominant wins for T1 in this best of 3. The third one had its tense moments.
What's up guys, EUW guy, Kane man, you're on, ShadowHitman is here. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out any League of Legends content. Thank you.